everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have got Ronda on the drive and she's up on axle stands. So just come back here. It's been a little while since I've actually been able to do any work on Ronda. I've had other projects on, as in this thing behind me. I've got a garden to sort out yet as well. Sorry, excuse the wind if it's a bit windy. But the plan is to get this thing under sealed. I'll just come down here. She's not looking so new. So with a bit of gravel rallying and stuff that we've done in the past with the forest, it has taken a bit of pain. So she's ready for a bit of a jet wash off under there, and we've got a few things to sort out with it. So we've got some seam sealer in case we need that, just on stop water getting in, on water splashes and stuff like that. And then what else have we got? We've got Raptor liner, U-Pole Raptor liner. So that's what's going on the bottom of the car. It's a hard epoxy, works quite well, durable. So we'll get to jet washing. Sorry, I'm absolutely sweating. I've just been moving all these blocks down here into the back garden, but that's a future project. We've also got another project here, so eagle-eyed viewers, that's a future project to come on the channel. Bit of a life build, as you could say. We've also got Susie the Subaru as well. She's ready for a bit of an overhaul at some point. We've got this WRC spoiler about a year ago. That's still to get painted. There's a lamp pod and stuff to go on there as well. So I've had this car quite a while. The 51 reg guy does have the Pro Drive kit on it as well. Quite a nice thing. But she's been a bit neglected for a little while, so that's another thing to come in future. But for now, we're jet washing on the bottom of Ronda and let the prep work continue. So today, I've had a look at the list and I've ordered the new pull cord. So this one here, the electrics go on, so they're on the bonnet and scuttle panel, and then at some point I need to order some new fire extinguishers which are in the car. So as you can see, there's a fire extinguisher just down here in front of the navy seat, and there's one behind the footplate there. But since 2019 the regulations have changed, and they now require 4.2 litre plumbed in extinguisher, and then the handheld extinguisher needs to be a 2 litre one, I think. I'll look at the blue book about that, but they're out of date anyway, so I do need to get them done. So I'll just buy some new bottles. I've been shopping around, and I'll have a look and see what I can find. So that's on the cards as well, and there's one other two jobs onto the fuel lines. I've got to order them. But if you look inside the car, when I built the car, I used just a rattle can spray silver, and it's been all right up to now. But she is ready for a bit of a refresh in here, so we're going to get it tidied up. The pedal box is to come out. I need to make some adjustments, sort of like back there, just on the where the master cylinders are. They need to go further forward. Pedal box needs to go further forward. So I am going to cut in like a cheese wedge sort of step, so they can go further back into the firewall back there. So that'll be cool. I'll take the all the centre console out. There's a fuse box and ECU there. I'm not going to remove the dash. I'm going to mask up right across the whole firewall back there, and then obviously handbrake, seats, and then the net and the harnesses and everything else that's in here. So all the navigators, like what do you call it, trip meter and all that stuff over there, and the intercom and spare wheel, that'll all come out. So it's quite easy. So it's not much left in the car anyway, from a standard road car point of view. So all the silver is going to go like an anthracite dark grey, So that'll tidy up, and it's a 2-pack paint that I've got. So it'll be nice and hard and glossy, and I've even gone to get a lacquer to lacquer the driver's footwell and sort of this area here, so rather than doing the whole thing in lacquer, just makes it a bit more durable. The black bars at the front, so that comes around the screen, I'm just going to mask them off. So you see ones go down the A-pillar. So these ones from here, so we don't have to paint them again. So because it's really hard to paint around the back of that gusset there. So we've got some, I'll just show you on the outside. There's like a roll cage gusset, I don't know if you can see. So it's like a dimple dyed gusset. So to do that again, paint that again, that will mean removing the screen, which I don't really want to do, just on a bit of a refresh. So all the roof and everything, that'll get repainted. So the plan is to get everything out of here, and then I'll take the doors off, and what we'll do is we'll get the inside painted, and then get underneath painted, and then the plan is to take Rhonda to my friend Steve's house, who's offered his garage to me, which is quite cool because I'm tight of space here at the minute. I have been struggling for a little while for space, and with this project here that I bought, I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. You'll have to find out in future videos. But I've got Steve who's just only a few miles from mine, so we'll take the trailer and get Rhonda over there. So it'll be nice and painted, under sealed underneath. All the inside of the car will be painted. Anything that gets taken off, pretty much new, will be going back on, to be fair. So I've got seats and harnesses and extinguishers to go back in, all the fuel lines inside the car. Check all the brake lights, make sure they're all nice and fresh, and then pretty much rebuilt, like refresh, since I've actually built the car in 2014-15. She's not had a refresh, apart from obviously fixing it after a few bumps and scuffs, but that's only kind of been external, so it'll be quite nice on the inside. The engine bay is looking quite clean, so I'll show you that. So it's not been that long ago since we were in here. 2019 had a bit of a bump, and it all got repainted in here, so it's all actually looking not too bad. So yeah, we're quite kind of happy days in here. There is one thing that I have been on with lately. So there's a bit of an oil leak just from the VTEC solenoid just there, so I'll get a new gasket for that. But she has got new spark plugs. She will have a new fuel filter and lines and all the rest of it. But we even took out all the injectors as well on the fuel rail back here to do a complete clean down, because with those old fuel lines that are in here, we didn't want them sludging up the old injectors, and this is it's a new to the car but a second-hand fuel pressure regulator. The old one, I think, was actually making it run really lean, and well, not lean, but it was doing something, because as soon as I changed it, it's been fine ever since. So we're happy now. She's on the button, fires up first time, no misfires. And then since I put those spark plugs in, she did have a bit of a misfire just at higher revs. And after the injectors, we did a test drive with the injectors all cleaned up, a lot better. And then she had a misfire. So after they put new spark plugs in, she's like new again. Pulls really strong, probably the best since I've actually built it, to be fair, because it's just been getting slower and slower with those fuel lines. So yeah, that's all happy days for that. And then, like I say, once I get these lines out of there, I'll make a measurement off those, because they're basically just replacing braided lines, just get them all marked up and replace those with dash 6, and hopefully it should be a good one. And then there is another little list of stuff to do. But yeah, happy days. Thanks again for my mate Steve Wright for borrowing his garage. So he'll be coming up on the channel soon. And his wife Kaz, who like I say, not too far away, so should be good. But yeah, for now, let's get her washed underneath and get all that crap off her, and so she'll be ready for some paint. So here we have it, the weapons of choice. Got a big brush, hopefully that'll give us a bit of a helping hand. A little detailing brush, old sponge, that thing, some snow foam, a bit of Coke Zero. And the reason why we're on Coke Zero is that we've lost £5 this week. So hopefully my face won't be a drowned in future videos. Jobs are good in. Right, let's get some snow foam in. I really don't know how this is going to go, but I'll try and get to the front as far as I can to start with, so we get as least wet as we possibly can. Tell you what, that's a drive they'll still under it. We've done a forest on it for ages. Certainly not the drive job in a while. I'll just give her another blast with the snow foam. So we will see if it's got to help on it, you know, when you're painting. Get all the crap off it. T-shirt and wash tonight though. But we'll leave that another 5 minutes soaking and then put the nozzle on and get jet washing. Hopefully it looks alright. Angle. Well, giving it a jet wash, we'll get some shine to it, won't she? We'll get this exhaust and stuff out of the way and we'll do the whole car underneath. But yeah, not too bad. Alright, there's a bit of surface rust and stuff to sort out, but not so bad. We'll get the bronze wheel wire brush to brass, not bronze even. We'll have a go at that. And these bits here, mega sturdy still. Nice, all nice metal and stuff, but just needs to clean up. Well, as you can see, we've got some paint on the floor, but she's a clean. So brought out the big guns, which is a patio stripper, and Ronda's now a patio. We've got all the old paint off there, and a lot better job, as you can see. Starting to come off. But just now lay down here, all nice and ready for new paint. So it's come off pretty good actually. We'll any bits of like seam sealer or anything that we need to do. I've got a tube of that today. So job is a good one. Right, on to the next. I'm going to let it dry. As you can see, I'm soaking. Got paint all over my face. So we're going to let it dry overnight and pick up in the morning or whenever we can. Anyway, so back in a bit. Now then, day 2 of the refurb for under the car. So I have dried out now, and the weather's a bit nicer, and the floor's dry, so that's a good, isn't it? Just next to the local hardware place and got some sheet metal. So I'm just going to quickly sort those little bits out that are needed. Basically what it is, so when I crashed in 2019, landed on a log and some rocks. So just in front of where the tank guard ends, it just caught it and put like a, not, I wouldn't say a tear in the inner sill, but just put a hole in it. So I'll just sort that out before it goes for an MOT and all the rest of it. Got some cans of primer and stuff like that. So I'll do that, and then I'll go around with the silicone, not the silicone, the seam sealer, and do that as well, and then it'll all be ready for a bit of primer and some bare metal patches. I've got these wire brush attachment to go on the end of the drill. Show you these. So I bought a bag of these the other week. So these to go on the grinder. But that'll help tidy stuff up. Not too aggressive, but it's just like an abrasive brass, just enough to get the paint off and scuff the surface up. So we'll do that, and then we will crack on with the paintwork. So we'll go back to it. Now then, just at the suppliers, just at a place called Transpares. Just show you that. So a little local Morecambe paint shop. So just been and got this stuff, which is pretty much like Raptor. It's just called Tough Ox Tintable. There's a lot of hardener, bit of paint in there, some scuffing pads, ready for the painting on the bottom of the car. So look at them sight neater once that's all on, but a bit of repair work to sort out and a bit of seam sealing to do before we do that. But yeah, happy days. It's been a while since we've been wanting to do this, to be fair. Put a proper coat on the bottom of the car, so yeah, all got that, so ready to go. Been to the suppliers this morning to get some sheet metal to fix around the car. Do you think I've been off? They won't sell me a metre by metre, so I have to get 2 metres, but oh well, we can cut squares and stuff out of it, can't we? Crack on. Progress. So I've got it all cut out, everything's squared off. There's a bit of foam in here to stop condensation, because I put that in last time. And then I've just made, so if you look at the sill, it's on a bit of an angle, like that. Plate number 1. So the original panel does join here anyway, so it's actually a factory fit. So I got that beveled in, I mean, like all curved round, and then that'll tap up when I'm started welding. Got a nice round here. It'll weld onto the back of the sill stand. Like I said, joins that panel there, stick a bit of seam sealer on it, and then here there's like a foot thing, so I've got, you know, I can weld round that little bit. It's got like a square, but not too bad, is it really? And on the back of it, straight up and down, make it mega strong. So panel 1 done anyway. Yeah, I think that's literally ready for welding in now. So going from that, which I've buzzed up all the metal, so it'll look nice and strong, and then just put this back there. That'll go up there. That'll go up there. Done loads of spot welds. There you go, in place now. Loads of spot welds. So start up there, weld all them top ones, and then when it gets to here, weld that to that axle stand thing. These will get, you can bend it, can't you, and then weld it up once you start. There's a bit of a gap here, which I'm a bit annoyed with, but I think once I start welding, it'll be right. Yeah, I'll get it with a hammer. But looks better than it bloody did, doesn't it? Happy days. I'm just halfway through cutting and covered in dust. Getting rid of under sealer out the bottom of the car and cutting out bits of metal from my massive sheet of metal. As you can see, I've just come across this bit, which is, so this is a section that I've cut from the bottom of the sill where it connects, as you can see, pretty damn rotten. So I'm just crafting a new piece at the minute. Using this, it's 1.5mm thick, and I found that. So this has got a slight curve in it. As you can see the back of that, it is not looking so new. It's got a slight curve in it, so just rolled it onto that. So I put a slight curve in that as well. I think it's very similar now. So as you can see, that's the shape of it there. The curve, it will be by the time I bend this bottom flange off to weld onto the bottom of the sill, I think will be about right. But left it a bit wider, but yeah, I've rolled it. I've literally done it on that. So give it a go anyway. So that'll sit on there like so. I've just made it a little bit long for now, but the end will get bent round, and then this here will be bent down, so it'll be a nice 10mm flange to spot weld onto the sill. Let's keep going. Okay, so after quite a bit of time sorting out the panels, I've got all the metal on the car all nice and clean where we're going to be welding to, and I've just laid out the parts now, so I'm organised of what I've made. I'll just spin the camera around. So this is all the metal that's going back into the car, so quite a bit. Well, I don't know if it's all necessary, but it's basically on the stronger side of, if nothing else. So I've got a flat piece for the passenger side, and this is for the inner, what can I call it, inner swing arm section of the bodywork. Strengthen it all up, put loads of holes in there, so it's all going to get spot welded. This is to strengthen up the sill stand at the back onto the main structure of the car. On the inside of the sill, you don't know the inside of the rear quarter, so you wouldn't really normally get to that, but I thought while I'm at it, I'll make some nice thick plates up both sides. So obviously it'll be flip side on that one, and then same again. That's the bottom part, and then this bit comes into the rear wheel arch, and that's the inside swing arm section again. This is the piece of the sill, so I don't know if you can see. So that's where the axle, where the sill stand would be. So that slots behind that plate, and then I'll buzz it all up around here, and then put some spot welds in there. And then this part of the rear quarter that's obviously looking a bit second hand on that section there, and that's the bit I've just made up. There's a little tab there. I didn't know whether to cut it off or not, whether I needed it for the sill stand, but that's where the sill stand is. So happy days, all fresh metal ready to go in. So I've got it all laid out, but there's no point in me actually showing you me welding. I'm sure you've seen lots of videos of people welding, and my welding is not the best anyway because I'm not a welder. So, but I'll get it in the car and I'll show what it's like after, and then should be somewhere near. Hopefully, I'm doing a bit of a push tonight, so it's now. So these parts and cleaning the shell up where it's going to get secured to, probably taken me. So it took me 3 hours yesterday, and then about 4 hours today. So including like cleaning the bodywork up with all the wire wheel and whatnot, and actually making these and getting them right. It's a bit backwards and forwards. If you're into this sort of thing, you know how it is. It's little cuts. You don't want to cut too much off at a time, and making templates out of cardboard and all the rest of it. So that's what I've been doing. And so yeah, it'll all be nice and ready to go in. Going to weld that in now, and then I'll cut back in once I've got all that in, and then I'll be ready for seam sealer. So hopefully trying to get seam sealer on everything on the whole bottom of the car tonight, and then that'll be dry. Working tomorrow, it's Saturday, tomorrow, Friday today, and then hopefully Sunday it'll all be ready for the airline and get the Raptor airliner on the bottom of the car. Well, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? So I've got all the sheet metal, everything all cut, ready to go. Got the car all nicely prepped and ready to go. Got the welding mask on, got the welding gloves on. I've got everything all set, just needs everything buzzing in. And then the welder blows up. I've been struggling with it. So, I've got MIG wire just everywhere at the minute. It's just keeps on binding up MIG wire. It's never done that before. And now, it's just completely died. So it keeps blowing fuses. It just keeps going wrong. So I'm looking around for a new welder. Screwfix haven't got any in stock. Tool Station don't have any in stock. There's one for sale very locally on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy doesn't want to reply to me, so I can't even get that one. Machine Mart's all closed. I'm at work at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Today's Friday, Saturday tomorrow. I'll be at work all day. So I was hoping to try and get it all welded in by Sunday and seam sealed and everything done. But it isn't looking likely. So I'll have another look online and see if we can collect something on Sunday morning. But yeah, getting tortured. Really, I'm getting tortured. So everything's just gone wrong today, but oh well. We'll have to just crack on Sunday and do what I can. But for now, it's, what time is it? It's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night on Friday. And yeah, that's it. So, end of game today. Hopefully, get back to you soon. bit of the light. Okay, so where are we up to? It is now absolutely pouring down. So just managed to get all the new metal in. So that's just literally just finished. Welded it all last bit in today. I've just gone around with spray primer and some undersealing, not underseal, seam sealer. We've done a bit of OTT with it, but it actually looks alright. Nice and ideal. I'll spin the camera around and show you. So this is what we've been doing. Absolutely pouring down. So new section of sill here. This looks a bit rough, but it will get sanded up. Just put some filler in there. This is a new panel section. There's the old, and then we've got a new piece underneath. So all this is new, right down to there. It is a factory join anyway. And then on this side, so we've got a new piece in here, a new piece in there, and then there's like a flat piece over there. Same again on the other side. You can just see just along there, and then the same piece underneath. So I've got the fuel tank out of here. It's just over there, along with the rear suspension. I have just been going along the bottom of the car and find any deep sort of gouges, or should we say, or scratches. And I've just been going with this can of underseal, which is like paint on seam sealer. I've just been going through with that before we go with the final sort of raptor liner finish, which is next up, I think. Now we've got all this new metal in. Yeah, so now we've got all the new metal in. That's the next sort of job. Whew. So there's no wheels or suspension or anything on the back of the car at the minute, and the brakes, it is hammering down. New welders work quite well, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. So they've got just down here, got the fuel tank here and the rear suspension. I've taken some bits off the bottom of the car and taken them to Steve and Caroline's house, who have kindly lended me the garage. So what the plan is to get the thing undersealed here with the new paint, underbody paint, and then I'm going to paint inside the cab. I've got the pedal box to amend as well, and then it'll be going on the trailer, and then it will be heading off to Steve and Caroline's house, which is just a few miles away, but they've got a nice dry garage, you know, so when it's absolutely pouring down I can carry on and do some jobs to the car. So I think I've ordered pretty much everything as well at the minute. So just ordered a new steering wheel boss. The fuel lines have arrived. Balaclava, because that's now a new regulation thing that I need. Yeah, pretty much everything I've ordered, and it's all here. So apart from a steering wheel, so I'm looking at maybe getting a new steering wheel, but I'm going to see what this new quick release boss is like for distance away from me. So I'm going to move the pedal box forward, and then I don't know if I add this new boss, if the steering wheel is going to be too near to me. If it is, I have got a spacer in there too, but I wouldn't mind just maybe swapping the steering wheel. Seems that we're changing everything else on the whole car. It'll just be quite nice to have a new one of them. But yeah, it's taken a bit of work to get to this point, just to more than I thought, as it always is when you start diving into it. I thought I'd just be scuffing the bottom of the car and let's paint it. Anyway, I found a bit of rusty bits to sort out and we've done it. So I'm quite happy with all that now. It'll just be future-proof, won't it? So we don't have to do that again in the future. And what else have we done? Yeah, like I say, dropped everything off back at Steve's, and I think that's going to be about it for now. So from a rainy day on the drive and up to getting all the metal in, I think that's going to be it for this one. But if you're following along, please click subscribe and click the subscribe button and the like button. We do have a bakery, so if you want to support us, please do. It's thewildbakery.co.uk. On the bonnet there. And you can buy some flapjack. We'll send it out to you. Take you a few days. Choose what you want on there, and it'll be with you. And the reviews are pretty good. So, not blowing my own trumpet, but people seem to reorder again. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.